Tosin everyone, I just got back from San Diego Comic-Con 2025 and I was invited by Nikon and alongside another cosplay photographer, Kien. He's also amazing creators on every single platform. He was also part of it, and this was Nikon very first time showing up at San Diego Comic-Con. It was their first booth, and it's also the first time they're doing stuff for cosplay, for the fan community, so it was a very cool experience. Now, I've been going to Comic-Con for years. Comic-Con is the mecca for nerd, for fandom, and it's all those things that's with pop culture. I think everyone should go at least like once, but it can definitely be overwhelming if it is your first time. But that wasn't my first rodeo. This year, I saw so many fun things. For example, I went to the Paramount Plus Lounge. They had this Mission Impossible thing where I get to pretend to drop down like in the first movie. I did also get a Tron vinyl record. You know what? Actually, let me show you guys. I put in my camera backpack where you put your laptop, so actually really safe because my backpack is very well secure. But look, I got the vinyl. This is the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. It is a really funny shaped vinyl. It's not circular. It's more like a Tron disc kind of shape, kind of hexagonal. So super cool. I also got a Tamagotchi, which is also a San Diego Comic-Con limited edition exclusive, which is Darth Vader, which is really cool. I really want to play with it. I haven't gotten a chance yet because I just got back. And of course, I went on the Voodoo Ranger boat, the little pirate boat. They have that every year. It was really fun, and I'm really glad they invited me again onto the boat. Now, what else have I done? Oh yeah, speaking of Star Wars earlier from Darth Vader, I went to a Star Wars theme party, and everybody had their lightsaber. That was kind of cool. Kind of reminded me when I was going to Disney during Star Wars Celebration. I also did a alien activation, which was scary because we did it at night, but it was cool, and I think they really well put together. I love it whenever they have like people working there act as actors, well not as actors, they are actors, but they're acting, so it's really cool. It feels very immersive, so that was a fun experience. And of course, as always, there were lines, just lines everywhere. You want to get a new exclusive product, you get in line. You want to do an activation, you have to get in line. You want to get Starbucks, you have to get in line. You're trying to get into the con, there are lines. Like one morning I did the wrong thing where I tried to just get into the convention. I had to get to so many lines and I ended up being in the wrong line, but that is the expectation if you ever go to Comic-Con. So let's talk about why I was actually there. So I was there this year with Nikon, and what really stood out was what they were doing with their activation at their booth. They were right in the center of Comic-Con. What they did was that they let attendees borrow their latest camera, the Nikon Z Vive 2 and the Z52, and people can just borrow it for free, and they can take it, walk around the convention with it. They can try out the gear. They can use it to take photos and videos. They even give you an SD card where you get to keep it, so all the photos and video that you took, you can keep them with you. I know a lot of cosplayers and photographers borrow the camera so they can actually try it out, and I heard a lot of great feedback. Even people were excited to be like, wow, you can just check out camera for free and just walk around taking photos and videos. Sign me up. And well, they did sign up and they actually got to try out this camera. Some of them even bought the cameras on the spot, so that's super cool. On my end, I also spent a few hours at the booth on Saturday and Sunday taking portrait photos, or I guess cosplay photos, depends on what you were wearing. So people can just walk up to get their photos taken for free. Some people were in cosplay, some people were just wearing their normal outfits or whatever they're wearing. Some people wanted like a cool Lincoln photos for their new job hunts. Might be too cool for Lincoln, but I don't know. But we lit everything using Nanlite tube light, so I got to change the color. And the crazy fun thing is that I always add a special touch, is that I used the SmokeGenie by PMIGear to add smoke effect right there, and people love the photos. And I've done that before at NAB last year, I believe, where I did the same thing, where I showcased how I shoot cosplay photos. I was doing a workshop there and also used the SmokeGenie to create some really fun effects right straight out of the camera. And people were so excited about them. The photos were epic, they were colorful, and people were just so excited to get their photos, which is awesome. And they also had a system where you can instantly text those photos or email or airdrop it to yourself, so people were instantly posting them. Overall, people had a blast at the Nikon booth. So I'm really happy that Nikon very first booth at Comic-Con was well received, and I'm sure they're really happy about being there as well. Now, another cool thing that I did at Comic-Con with Nikon this year is that I get to lead a cosplay photo walk, and that was really cool. I haven't done one at a convention before because convention is always so hectic, but Nikon convinced me to give it a try, and I think it was a blast. I mean, I tried to think of a lot of creative idea to teach people how to shoot, and I think overall people enjoy it. I hope. I mean, I didn't do a survey. I should just like, hey guys, did you guys like it? I mean, they all say yes at that point, but I think they were just done. They just don't want to get me out of the way and just don't want to talk to me anymore. Maybe, I don't know. I also was very lucky to have Gracie as my model, Gracie the cosplayer, and she cosplayed Hela from Marvel Rivals, and it was awesome. She had this giant like helmet headset that she has, which is like, it's like crushing her head, but she looked so cool in it. Like she did such an amazing job. Especially considering that we were shooting at the last hour of the last day of the con. It was like 4 p.m. and the con closed at 5 p.m. on Sunday. Huge shout outs, you know, she was making it so much fun. So I'm really thankful to have her there. During the walk, you know, I taught a few key things that I think is essential or important when it comes to shooting cosplay at conventions, like, you know, how to look for leading lines, how to find interesting angle, or maybe using like a high or low angle with a Nikon camera with a flippy screen so you can still see it, how to find good location, even in a very, very crowded location. And we all know Comic-Con is so crowded, like there's lines everywhere, you know, as I mentioned. And maybe how to use like glass wall as a reflection, and they can use it as a background, so you can like, you know, try to hide the crowd a little bit. And of course, since Gracie has like a cape with her cosplay, I also show off how to toss the cape and how you can use faster shutter speed or slower shutter speed to tell different story or different motion effects. Like just all kind of like, you know, cool neat tricks about shooting cosplay at convention. So overall, I'm pretty happy. Like I am pretty happy with what Nikon is doing. I'm happy they're getting into the cosplay space. I think it means a lot to people, and it definitely means a lot for me because, you know, for someone who's like me, been shooting cosplay for years, I am glad that this is something that's being recognized, and I would love to, I absolutely would love to do this again. Oh, they also gave out this backpack, Contour, this cool peak design backpack. So that was really fun as well. Anyway, I'm gonna leave you with a few more clips from what Comic-Con 2025 looks like for me. And yeah, enjoy. As always, there was so much to see and experience at San Diego Comic-Con. Like this video barely scratches the surface. Like I have done a video in the past where I show off other activation and cool stuff, so go check that out. And thanks again to Nikon for the invite, and thank you to all the people who have joined my workshop. I hope, you know, you enjoyed it as well. And of course, big thanks to Gracie for being an amazing cosplayer and the model for the weekend. And that was lots of fun. So I hope they will do this again at the next convention, and I'll be there, and hopefully I can join them again. And let me know if there's anything else that you want to see from company just wanting to take like initiative, joining about what you like or what's your hobby, or like, do you think it's worth it for a company to do that? I really want to know, you know, what's your take on that? Or maybe you'd be like, oh yeah, that's kind of doesn't make sense, or it's a waste of money, or maybe it's not, I don't know. So I would love to have that discussion. So leave a comment down below, let me know what you think, and thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. I'm talking way too fast because I have too many coffee, driving back home. All right, let's do it.